Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, afternoon, and or evening. Welcome back to the Lazer Grand Arena. And today, we are in the semi-final station. I think it is the final semi-finals battle that we are gonna be having before we move on to the finals round. Ever so anticipated, of course. It's going to be mrekk against FlyingTuna. I'm BlankTap. Alongside me will be mouse casting for you all today. How are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, I'm doing great, BlankTap. Thank you for the beautiful intro. Pretty exciting matchup to get into here in what not many people would expect to be a lower bracket match. That is right, it is mrekk in the lower bracket after a pretty significant upset, I think, against Xylus in that uppers, coming down now into the lowest here against FlyingTuna, another heavy hitter in this tournament. And I mean, seeing either of these players go here today would be a tragedy. I think, of course, the favorite going into a match like this always going to be a player like mrekk, but we've seen him lose this tournament already. We've seen Tuna put up really good performances. This definitely could go either way, especially with the format, especially with the way this is set up. There's room here for Tuna to take this one away from mrekk, but it would have to be a steep hill to climb for sure.
Absolutely, but we should not underestimate mrekk might be the best in terms of PP count, but we're not playing in the sense that we are farming right now. FlyingTuna, you know, that man can absolutely play tournaments, and this map in particular, oh boy, this is basically a pretty tough match all around for both of these players. Lots of those very kind of tactics that you don't really see on the usual tournament, where you just go blow for blow, maps after maps. This satellite format definitely. It's definitely interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching this format play out has been kind of a treat. I'm actually a fan. I really like how we have two maps, and it means that the score you get on every map kind of matters. In like when you have two maps per set, it means like even if you're on a map where, oh, I'm not a favorite, I'm probably gonna lose this, your score is still really important. And like everything matters, I feel like, just a little bit more. If you lose a map by 1 point in a normal format, it doesn't matter. You lose a point. That doesn't matter how many points you lose by. But here, it matters greatly what the difference is. I think probably goes to show more often than not whoever played better actually won, which in some cases in normal format tends to not happen sometimes with just the way it works. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool format to see. Try it out in Lazer Grand Arena here.
Yeah, lots of dynamic tactics that could be used in these kinds of formats. Speaking of bans, at least for now, I did see the protects coming in. It is DT3 for mrekk and laser mod for FlyingTuna. Bit of a motion sickness material there for Altitude Remix with the what's the name again? I forgot. I call it the zoom in mod for no reason.
I don't remember either, yeah. I don't remember what it's called with some of the laser mods, yeah.
Oh, depth! Yeah, depth. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, going into the bans now, it is, first of all, no mod 2, of course, FlyingTuna not really wanna go into those flow aim. 200 ppm, I don't think both these players is stamina gap by it, but, you know, despite there's no note lock, mrekk is still pretty scary on those kind of flow aim. However, mrekk banning DT2 is surprisingly hidden too. I mean, kind of makes sense, you know. FlyingTuna, he's just pretty damn good. I think he was in the Easy World Cup roster. I think they won that World Cup on that current year, which is kind of insane. But yeah, DT2 is quite an interesting choice here to ban Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, you generally wouldn't expect a DT2 ban out of someone like mrekk, but I think most people pretty familiar with Mythologia's End as a map in general, and it's not the most conventional style DT map, so maybe just wanting to get rid of it, just not feeling super comfortable on something. Wanting to stick more probably to these raw mechanic styled maps, I think is going to be playing a bit more into mrekk's wheelhouse, as he does first pick us off here into DT3, and I think a map like this, BlankTap, is probably going to be a great start for someone like mrekk. Gonna hope to get a little bit of a solid lead out of the gate on a map like this. You're expecting mrekk to do really, really well.
Absolutely, but again though, it is FlyingTuna. This map I think revolves around more of these dense alt pattern, lots and lots of twists and turns that just kinda baits you to find those very crucial misreads. But starting off, still double full combo for both sides, but mrekk takes the lead in terms of accuracy.
Yeah, the type of map where Tuna absolutely still very capable of putting up good scores, but we know who is one of the kings of just aim control in general in this game. mrekk's snap aim is probably unparalleled, so probably feeling very comfortable on a map like this. But Tuna as well, known to be very, very good on these. Early on, accuracies completely matched, exactly the same accuracy, but there goes Tuna to lose the first combo. mrekk continuing to hold. Not out of the game yet though for Tuna. Combo not as big in terms of the score multiplier in Lazer here in comparison to original Score v2. So still chances here if Tuna can keep his accuracy up as we move into this next Ki, but mrekk looking very solid as we approach the halfway point in this map now and continue to go. He's still comboing through the rest of this chorus. I mean, he's looking on point today, blanktab, not wanting to go out of the losers after his loss the other day.
Yeah, the knife has been sharpened. It failed to make the cut last time against Silas, but he's ready with his blade. 920 combo still on the full combo run. And the thing with Lazer is, it's ever more so reliant on your opponent finding the mistake for you to be able to come back. In stable, for example, maybe just a tiny mistake, you know, it can easily swing, but mrekk needs to fumble quite a bit to give Tuna that ever so needed lead, especially in this first set. There it is, there's the first and second miss coming from mrekk, a bit of a misread on the zigzags. FlyingTuna has the capability to soften the blow.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, right? Even if there might not be enough time here for Tuna to bring it back and take the map win, it doesn't matter, because look at this score flying back over towards Tuna. And there goes another miss for mrekk. Tuna, as you said, softening the blow quite heavily in the ending of this map. Not quite enough to take the lead, but only a 37k difference. And let me tell you, if mrekk continued to hold, this would have been looking like the 200 plus k difference. This was very, very clutch there for Tuna to bring back that lead that mrekk had accumulated. That's not actually too bad of a difference for him going into his pick.
Not gonna lie, this is not too much of a lead, but it's still a nice lead nonetheless. 37k, pretty solid, especially in this late stage kind of round. The question is, does FlyingTuna go for this Lazer mod? Is mrekk the kind of guy to practice to be able to read death mode, especially in a finger control setting like Altitude Remix? Or will FlyingTuna go for something a bit more risky and just save his protect for another set?
I have a feeling, I mean, mrekk didn't opt to first ban the Lazer mod, so he can probably play it. I mean, he opted to ban out Hidden 2 instead, which, I mean, that's kind of expected against a player like Tuna. mrekk probably not wanting to play something like that, but keeping Lazer mod open, it's ballsy. You would have to expect that mrekk's quite prepared on it, especially being in this lower bracket. He wants to prove the haters wrong. Doesn't want to get eliminated. And it's going to be picked out here from Tuna. I think a good time to go for it, probably in Tuna's head, I would imagine, being one of his strongest picks, he feels like. And it's only a 37k diff out of mrekk's pick. I think it's a good time to go for this pick in the match. Try and secure the first set. It would be huge for Tuna.
Yeah, absolutely. The dam from mrekk does not constitute confidence, that's for sure. But what else? Maybe we're playing some mind games. Maybe mrekk going deep into his psyche, trying to trick FlyingTuna into a false sense of security. Nonetheless, enough tinfoil hat kind of theorization, because we are gonna get into practice. It's Lazer mod, it's death, it's Altitude Remix. FlyingTuna's protect. It is going to be a protect fee protect in this first set. Okay.
mrekk.
Okay.
Something happening with mrekk's input, perhaps. Probably calling for an abort here.
Yeah, okay. Like, okay, I thought he just literally gave up in the beginning. Okay, never mind.
No,
I thought that was the
no
auto
mod.
play.
They don't have the mod
No
on.
mod,
Yeah.
they don't have the mod, yeah. Okay. No, my bad.
Okay.
I kind of laughed too loud up there. Oh my god. Okay, well, we're running it back now. Yeah. That mod.
Yeah, I mean,
do not forget.
at first I thought it was
Yeah,
something with mrek's input, and then I was like, oh wait, the
Yeah.
mod's just not on yet. Oh good.
Oh,
Back we go.
Christ. Alright, there we go. Good luck, have fun, and ladies and gentlemen, second time's the charm. It's Altitude Remix with Death mod this time.
Yeah, I love seeing these different laser mods in a tournament like this every week, switching them around. I mean, I remember watching the freeze frame one in one of the earlier pools, and like, I mean, man, I can't read like these mods. They're definitely, a lot of them you just have to practice to be able to play at all. I feel like they're just not doable without significant practice for a lot of them anyway.
Yeah, you know, it's basically a relatively new mod, that's for sure. And my goodness, I need to sit back already because this is something else. Something that I keep questioning myself is does the hitbox move with it, you know? When you go in with this death mod.
Yeah, it's definitely trippy. I feel like this kind of just like makes me dizzy a little bit to even watch. Like, I'd be tripping playing a mod like this, but here we go. Both players looking fairly well practiced, or at least comfortable on this mod, on this laser mod early on. Good accuracies either side. Tuna with the slight advantage, and combos still intact for both players. Fairly short map here. Only 2 more minutes to go, and there goes mrekk, the first to drop the combo. So that's what Tuna wants and needs to take this first set in the Protect v Protect battle, as you said, BlankTap. And it would be a huge way to kick off a match against mrekk. Here we go. Map starting to pick up a little bit more now. Little repeated cut quads, not catching anyone off. mrekk building up that recovery, but Tuna, he's here to stay and here to hold this lead. Hold on for dear life. Oh, there he goes.
A bit over of those 26k lead. mrekk having the possibility to bring it back, but finding a miss of his own. FlyingTuna trades it right back instantly, but it's just trades after trades, while mrekk actually kind of struggling on those patterns, and now back into the slow part. Accuracy difference is stark right now, Mavs.
Yeah, I mean, mrekk had a nice 97, 98 out of the intro, but in that little div spike section, losing a lot of the accuracy. Tuna, on the other hand, able to hold on comfortably, and Tuna has already done more than enough to take this lead, but there's still a minute left. mrekk's going to have to bring back about 70k score towards his side here to win this set. If FlyingTuna only wins the map by 37,000 points or less, then mrekk will take the set, but so far, Tuna's got quite a comfortable cushion in this last 40 seconds. It might have to be a complete disaster here for Tuna, I think, at this point, for mrekk to even win the set.
This is not looking possible at all. Accuracy in his side. And combo, both of them finding a miss on the extending stream. I don't think it's going to happen. I think FlyingTuna just has that stronger of a protected pick, and this might just be the end of it with only 14 seconds remaining. mrekk struggling to read the ending right now. And FlyingTuna still coasting through at a comfortable 98% accuracy. It is going to be going to Tuna with this first set, Mavs.
There it is. Tuna taking the first set fairly comfortably. A nice 80,000 score cushion there. Both protects are now out of the match. And now we're going to be moving into probably slightly more even playing fields on the rest of the maps. I think something like that might be one of the most convincing wins you would see for a pick from like Tuna, for example. Winning that by what, like 100 something thousand, which with this laser scoring, pretty significant, I would say. Over 100k difference. So well done from Tuna to kick things off, taking the first set 1-0, but it's not over yet. Of course, I think things might only get more tense from here. Knowing mrekk, he's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, this Maple, it's still very much open. Lots and lots of choices here. 1 more DT, 2 more Hot Rock and Hidden, and 3 more no mods. However, he will not have the privilege to pick this time because FlyingTuna says it's his turn to choose what he wants to eat. And what we're thinking here probably is something along one of the hiddens, I feel. Maybe. It's kind of hard though because both of these players, this is like their elements. These nomads, these hiddens, Hot Rock and DT, they are really good at every single one of this. But my prediction is kind of correct. It's going to be Hidden 3, one of the hiddens.
Yeah, I think pretty expected from a player like Tuna. I think usually a pretty good slot for Tuna. Assuming, you know, this Hidden 3 map is kind of what you would most of the time expect it to be. Of course, sometimes can be slightly different, but yeah, I think this kind of slot for Tuna makes the most sense in vast majority of situations here. Wants to try and kick things off with a nice 2-0, picking probably his next best comfortable map, I would imagine here. But mrekk, he's going to be no slouch on a map like this either. mrekk can kind of play anything, as we know. So, expecting it to be close regardless. But Tuna, see if he can get another map win on the board here.
Yeah, egoist. It is going to be yours truly finger control pick for both of these players. FlyingTuna daring mrekk to go ahead and try his best. Oh no, no skip button.
No skip.
Alright, there we go, finally. It's starting. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can see you, not the hardest of maps, not the hardest. Yet.
Yeah, not so hard. It looks super chill, man. Really, it just stays like this the whole time.
Like, you know, I don't have a huge ego, but I think I can play this beginning part, and I take it all back. Alright, starting off already with a bit of those 1-6, some of those even streams, catching mrekk on guard on that kind of perfect stack doubles.
Yeah, lots of polyrhythm in this style of map. 1-6 burst coming out of nowhere. These overlaps on some of these patterns as well definitely can catch you off guard with the hidden, but both players handling them well, handling them skillfully. Accuracy is still quite up there for both players here, but Tuna going to have this small lead based off just the combo alone. And man, it's really any of these 1-6 bursts, any of these space stacked patterns can find a miss, and no one seems to want to drop right now as we're approaching the halfway point in the map already, and combos are starting to build, and this is where it starts to get scary because a single combo drop can spell defeat on a map like this. And there goes mrekk. Tuna still to hold, hitting those 1-6 bursts on the top left, still just tearing up this map. We're in Tuna territory right now.
Fish is definitely flying. 830 combo right now, and he is not stopping whatsoever, accumulating now 80k lead right in the middle of the map. Some people say when pigs fly, but here I am watching a Tuna go across the sky. 1000 combo, and he is still looking good. Wait, is he actually gonna full combo this in the second week pull?
That would be ridiculous. I mean, a full combo on any map really in this pool is just super impressive. But he's still continuing to hold on here, and we've only got about 50 seconds left. And as we said, usually this would just be a write-off in, you know, old, you know, different formats, normal format that you're used to in tournaments. Just be like, yep, it's a 1-0 for Tuna or a 2-0, whatever. But no, this score difference, it matters. It matters so much because mrekk's next pick is going to be debuffed now, based on the score difference, and Tuna continues to have C, but no, finally finds a break in the last 30 seconds, and mrekk, hold on a second, mrekk has managed to build up an 800 combo and start to offset this lead that Tuna's built up. Not going to be enough to take the lead, but it's going to help him significantly. Finds the drop in the ending, the accuracy phenomenal for both players, but Tuna was just the better player today on this map and managed to get himself quite the score cushion here, Blank Tap.
Yeah, and still with the strike combo lead till the ending, just inching out, squeezing out that last bit of toothpaste to clean it out, because he has 125k lead, and very tough situation here for mrekk. He gotta find that correct pick. It's either he goes on with the risk and pick his best map, or he doubles down, gets something that he really do not like and play it 2-set down and somehow stage a comeback. But it's not gonna go for that. No mod 1, just the arms. Oh boy, it's a jump map maps. Definitely quite the choice, especially when you're behind 125k. Accuracy will not be a problem yet again, just like that hidden tree. Both these players rhythming their way through that map, and this Nomad 1 is much more simpler in terms of rhythm consistency. But it's the jumps, it's the combo, and mrekk trying to out-combo FlyingTuna. Let's see how it will go, Mouse. What do you think of this though?
I mean, I think it's a good angle from mrekk. So far, the match clearly hasn't been going in his favor, so switch up the strategy a little bit. Let's pick something that is nothing like a map that's been played so far in the match. No mod 1. And of course, mrekk, probably, well, I'd say fairly confidently, the best aim player in the world. So probably a good pick for mrekk, I would say. But of course, when we're playing, you know, aim maps in tourney, it's not going to be 11 stars, unfortunately, for mrekk. It is absolutely doable for either player to take this map. It's still going to be very difficult, but yeah, in tournament setting, you have one attempt. Both players are capable of FCing a map like this, so it really could go either way. But I like the pivot. I think it's a good pivot on strategy here. Try and mix things up. I'm going to mod 1's a good angle.
mrekk is definitely a gem of a player, but even diamonds crack under pressure. Let's see if he'll withstand it. This is it. Nomad 1 on the board. Last pick of the second set. Can mrekk find his success and gain 125k lead, more than that, to secure his set? Starting off pretty strong from both sides. Accuracy towards mrekk, but it's the combo that he needs, and it's a mistake that FlyingTuna must avoid.
Yeah, it's the combo he needs, alright. You're not wrong there. I think mrekk arguably has to pull out a near FC to bring back 125,000 score, because like we were saying, Tuna's probably going to get good accuracy on a map like this. No mod 1's notoriously not difficult to ack, and you know, with the way the scoring system works, pretty heavily weighted towards ackers in comparison to what we're used to, so gonna be a lot of score coming out of that accuracy. And so far, combos are strong for both players, but it is a long map. We got another 4 minutes here in store, and a lot more combo to build up. mrekk is gonna have to get into those thousands, definitely deep into the thousands here for the chance to get 125k in his favor.
This player is definitely very comfortable on these kinds of jumps, but it's those very nasty triples, those 1/3 to just kinda check if you're still awake or not. You cannot kinda submerge yourself in your autopilot mode. You have to be very conscious of every single jump, every single burst, every single ult pattern of this map. And right now, both of them very much awake. mrekk, however, still trying to find something, poking, prodding, but FlyingTuna staying more solid than the Moai, and now he's still going on strong. 1,000 comments still. These two players mirroring each other. It's like watching two similar reflections.
Yeah, but there it is. That's what mrekk needed. The miss from Tuna. Usually you would think, oh, 1,000 combo from Tuna. This is probably already over, but no. This map is 5 minutes long. So we get into a speedier section now. There is still a lot of combo remaining, and you can see mrekk's already gotten a 30,000 lead. There's another miss from Tuna here in the diff spike. mrekk has to hold though.
Stream?
Almost misses on the stream, but barely combos through. And that's all he needs at this point is the combo. Hits the zigzag. Tuna trying to bring it back, but mrekk is there. It's a 60,000 score lead, and he needs to get about another 60k to make this work. Like tap, 1,500 combo and 2 minutes remaining in this map. There is hope, and there is a way for mrekk to win this set, but he needs to keep holding this combo.
Going to the squares now, no misses there. 1 minute and 53 seconds will decide the fate of this set. The line to cross, 125,393. And mrekk is 40k away of gaining and stealing away this set. FlyingTuna has a really good cushion from that first map, but mrekk ready to tear it apart. 1,800 combo, it's still going, maps.
Those 1, 2, 3s up and down looking terrifying on this 1800 combo, but mrekk does not falter. mrekk is not swayed. Tuna is doing all that he can to claw back the lead, but it's just not quite enough. mrekk continuing to hold, a minute remaining, and mrekk has to keep going. He's about to get over that cusp. There it is, 5,000 score to go, and it will be enough if he continues to hold. 2,000 combo. There it is.
Going to the
takes the lead. mrekk on the
my
stream.
god!
Both players are going crazy right now. mrekk, he's gonna do it, but he's gotta keep holding. A miss could still hand the lead back over to Tuna. But he's still going, he misses! It's down! Tuna
12k!
1k combo!
It's going down!
It's going back!
God!
30 seconds! I think it might go back. It will go back if Tuna keeps holding, and he is holding. Tuna takes the lead back. Oh, it's so close in the ending.
Oh my goodness, man. mrekk, he almost did it, but again, the near FC was needed, but it was not near enough. Some people fear of clowns, some people fear of heights, but mrekk feared of being human, and he bled. Second set, going to Tuna.
Wow. What a performance from mrekk to try and claw that back, man. He was only 23,000 points short in the end. He just needed to hold on a little bit longer, but fair game. He missed on a pretty brutal jump and goes down the second set 2-0 to Tuna. That was a hype map. That was so sick. And we move into our third set now. mrekk, he's going to have to claw this one back. Blank tap, this is already 2-0 for Tuna. I don't know. I mean, I liked the pivot of the strategy. It was great. It worked out. He almost clawed it back. Brought 100k back. But, yeah, I just think stick to his guns. Probably go for some more mechanics. I don't know. What do you think?
This is another. Definitely does not inspire confidence. That's for sure. He has to find that momentum changer. DT1 is open, but again, these maps, it's so 50-50 pill for both these players. They are equal in basically every way possible, at least for the star rating. It's a consistency battle between two titans, but he's gonna go for it. DT1 on the board maps.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. No mod 1 pivot, it wasn't enough to bring back 125k, but it was damn close. And he won the map by a pretty big margin. So I like the DT1 pick. I think this might have been probably the best pick he could have made. So we'll see how it goes. mrekk, hopefully he can win this map and get a little bit of a cushion going for him. But if he was to lose it, I would be worried.
It's quite tragic to think about because, you know, if we think of this as a best of 11 match, both of these players, they're 2-2. mrekk has yet to drop his point, so to speak. But the set format, giving FlyingTuna 2 points and mrekk, no. This is... oh man, what a format, that's for sure, maps.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. So different from what we're used to. But it's all going to come down to this third and possibly final set here. I think going to be heavily riding on the performances out of this DT1. If mrekk can get a decent cushion here, I hope brings back a set. If Tuna manages to win this DT1, it's not looking too hot for mrekk. Not with maps like, you know, no mod 4 still up on the board for Tuna.
Yeah. This is going to be the make or break point for mrekk. Starting off instantly into the fray. AR 10.5. Only 1 minute and 50 seconds to prove himself worthy of continuing in this arena. Can he do it?
I think most people out there would like to think that he can. mrekk known for overcoming many feats in his time. It's all going to lie on the performance and out of this DT1. AR 10.5, slow approach rate for mrekk. This is his comfort zone. This is where he wants to be. But can he deliver on the day in a tournament setting? Can he claw it back from Tuna? Tuna starting off strong as well. You can see the accuracy comfort very heavily in the favor of mrekk. He's gonna be more comfortable on something like this, but it doesn't mean that Tuna can't win it. Combo still matters, and Tuna is holding combo and still has a pretty solid accuracy, so any moment, any combo drop could do it. And here we get into this first Ki. Both players still holding strong, both looking comfortable. There's a few hundreds from mrekk to lose a bit of accuracy, but it's not really gonna start to pick up, I think, until we see the first miss.
Oh my God. It's still neck and neck. FlyingTuna, he may not be winning the
there it is.
battle, but he just needs to win the war. But one mistake can absolutely change the tide of the battle. And mrekk is feeling it. He's farming 700 PP right live on match for everyone to see. 900 viewers when seconds remaining. Can he actually go the distance?
He gets the FC. Of course he does, mrekk.
Okay.
In a classic
Sure.
mrekk fashion, 220k score, blank tap. If that's what you needed out of mrekk for the third set. I mean, how is Tuna going to claw that back? 220k? That's absurd. Have we even seen a comeback in a set this tournament? Like, that big of a score difference? I don't even know if we have. That is a huge score difference to come back from.
I've only seen the score difference getting bigger in this kind of situation, but yeah, probably FlyingTuna, you know, probably be thinking that the set is lost. He's probably gonna pick for something extremely risky to just get it out of the way, and let's just go to the fourth set, you know.
Yeah, I think you save your best picks if you're Tuna. I think you do. I don't think you pick your best pick or maybe even your second best pick here. Maybe your second best, but I don't think you pick your best pick. Not when you're down 220k. I mean, that's absurd to pull back. I feel like it might even be a wasted best pick for Tuna if he went for something. But yeah, Hard Rock 2, kind of as we expect. I don't think this is Tuna's best pick left in the pool, so I think this is smart from him. You save it for the next set. You're probably not going to be able to claw back this much score.
Yeah, look at the remaining though. Nomad 3, Nomad 4, Hidden 1, and Hot Rock 3. Hot Rock 3 being alt, Nomad 3 being low AR alt precision as well. It is riddled. mrekk has such a treacherous journey ahead of him, and it's not gonna be a peaceful one. But for now, let's just see how Tuna will do on this precision Hot Rock 2 pick.
Yeah, I mean, still, of course, is possible. I mean, especially on a map as volatile as a Precision Hard Rock map. It's still, of course, always possible for someone to just completely troll. Like, mrekk could just completely fumble the bag on something like this. So it's a pretty smart pick, I think. And if mrekk doesn't fumble the bag, well, you probably weren't bringing back 220k in the first place. So it's a solid pick, I think, going in here for Tuna.
It is quite a very... It's a funny pick, that's for sure. These funny parents as well, you know. FlyingTuna, he can control his cursor, that's for sure. Once again, relatively short map. Maps 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Some of those very difficult cut strings, but Tuna finds the miss. But really now, I don't think both of us are expecting Tuna to actually call back, right?
Not with that miss, I think, blank tap. With how short this map is, and mrekk continuing to hold combo. At this point, it's already looking a bit doomed for Tuna in this set, but we'll see how much combo he can accumulate. Finds another break. That might already just seal it, I'll be honest. mrekk continuing to hold with the 500 combo and approaching that halfway point in the map here. Looks, with that miss, even still looking probably close to more than over. I mean, Tuna needs to have a 220,000 lead, and he's 40,000 score behind, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably going to be just a passing map in the long journey of both of these players. But it is very much convincing that mrekk, well, probably gonna not have this lead anymore. He still has 219k left in the bank. He's ready to spend it all. Last a few sections here, only 40 seconds remaining. Not much opportunity, that's for sure. FlyingTuna definitely needed basically a full combo to even get rid of that advantage. Going to the final few streams now, and there's just nothing left, I feel, Mas.
Yeah, not going to be enough in here for Tuna to win the set, but might be a bit of a morale boost if he can win the map. He's 40k in the lead here and holding a pretty nutty combo. Kind of going crazy from Tuna here. mrekk as well, pretty good combo. It hits all of those hard sections. Only a couple weird misses at the start. Tuna with a miss in the ending. Looks like he does win the map, but not the set. mrekk picking up his first set now, 180,000 score in the lead. And we go into our fourth set.
And fourth set we are. FlyingTuna. I am seeing quite a bit of choices, that's for sure for him. But, you know, you have chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. What kind of ice cream does he want? What kind of sweet treat? What kind of sweet picks that he's gonna go for here? You know, like, it's literally right there. No mode 4, sitting comfortably. It's a huge map, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at this no mod 4, probably, right? Possibly the no mod 3, I'm not sure. But the no mod 4 is kind of what I'm looking at for Tuna. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you go into Hidden 1 necessarily. I think it's got to be probably no mod 4, right? Or the no mod 3, I guess. So yeah, one of the no mods, but we'll take that.
Yeah, unleashing instantly Suikun's map, the lower the extra stage difficulty. He's gonna get any kind of advantage that he can here and end this set once and for all. He does not want to go for the OG. I'm sorry for the artist, but FlyingTuna wants to make this quick and swift. Good luck, have fun. Let's get right into this very peculiar no mod pick.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, I think this is a pretty solid pick as well. AR 7.4. I mean, something like this. Definitely, Tuna it's going to be quite good on. Not like his best skill set, of course, is like low AR reading or anything, but I think it's a good skill set to pick into mrekk as well. But both players are going to be fairly comfortable on it. Tuna finding a miss early, and accuracy is there for mrekk with the nice SS on the board. Still, I immediately cursed it. I knew it would happen. I just immediately cursed the SS. Like, it's so typical, man. It's so typical. All good. Tuna with the combo lead, but losing a lot of axe, so mrekk will continue to hold on to this lead just because of that.
Absolutely. But there's once again another miss. FlyingTuna still holding the combat accuracy. Somehow tapping a bit too fast, that's for sure, in this map. But holding that combo no longer, as I say that, and more misses from both sides. These very stuck streams, these all very difficult. And for a FlyingTuna's pick, it's not on his side, Mavs.
Not on his side so far, but with how much of a fiesta this is looking like so far, it really could go either way. As we're about halfway through, misses just back and forth constantly from both these players, and now Tuna manages to hold on to the biggest combo and finds another break. mrekk manages to hit that pattern, so again, we go back and forth, back and forth. It's barely anything in it on the score differences. And at this point, it's just minimizing the difference that's gonna count. Man, these reading maps are just so hard now. It's crazy how much harder reading maps have gotten in tournaments in the past couple years, but both players struggling to handle it really efficiently at all, but mrekk's managed to build up quite a large combo, and Tuna continues to miss. mrekk finally goes down, and it's a 30,000 score cushion, which is not too bad here for mrekk in the last 45 seconds.
Absolutely, only 40 seconds remaining. FlyingTuna, he got his reading glasses on, but mrekk has read the lost language of Suicune mapping. This is something else, especially on Tuna's own pick at such a crucial moment. mrekk is speaking a language out of this world, and it's just gonna give him that ever so needed advantage into his own pick, and potentially, forcing an OG, Mavs. This is going to be mrek's, how do I even say it? Break point? No, it's not even really a point.
A break pick, I guess.
Oh, that's so real. That's so real.
Yeah. The break pick from mrekk, winning on Tuna's map pick, but not winning the set just yet. 60,000 though, 64,000. That is a solid lead to have on your opponent's pick, and now mrekk has the option to go anywhere he wants in this pool, and potentially, as you said, BlankTap force the OG map for the 5th set. Would be very exciting to see in a lower bracket elimination match between two titans like this. But it's all going to come down to this next pick from mrekk, and it's going to be the Hard Rock 3. I think it was between the Hidden 1 and the Hard Rock 3, right? And he's going to opt for this Hard Rock 3.
Yeah, I don't really know if this is his stronger or weaker pick. Because, again, knowing that Nomo 3 is low AR, this Hard Rock 3 is the replacement maps. It's the pure alt. Just straight up, no tricks, no gimmicks. You go in map, you hit alt, you win or lose. Straight up.
Yeah. I mean, Tuna, notoriously pretty good at maps like this as well. Very consistent alt player, especially on the Hard Rock as well. He's very good at maps like this too, so I think this will be a close one in terms of the score difference, but the question is, can Tuna make up a 64,000 lead? And that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. Almost 4-minute map to kick things off here in potentially the final pick, if Tuna can bring it back, but also pretty likely to see a 5th set, which would be super hype.
Absolutely, but for now, he must show his worth. mrekk once again, still on the chopping block, but he's dodging the knife. 1k difference to start ourselves off. Accuracy, dead even for sure. But in these kinds of map, mrekk definitely gotta feel a tiny bit safe. It is 3 minutes and 37 seconds. It's really hard to get that substantial combo, substantial momentum going for FlyingTuna to even steal this away. Nonetheless, a not so careful player is a losing player, that's for sure.
Yeah, but here we go. Moving into our first KI, both players holding FCs, both players holding fairly good accuracy. mrekk with that slight advantage. Won't mean much in the grand scheme of things, as we're only a third of the way through this map. And these patterns, you can see already the difficulty spikes. Very difficult, having to almost flow those squares. But both players managed to handle it comfortably as we approach the ending of this first KI. No one fumbling there either as we start to slow down a bit. And it starts to get a bit more manageable with some of these patterns, but absolutely still missable. We know how consistent alt maps like this can be. Can kind of just miss almost in any point. Even here, BlankTap with arguably just like, this is just free combo. It's still missable on alt maps like this.
Absolutely, these Winnie Hut Jr. patterns are still so dangerous, and yet they went through the salty spit. Oh my days! Mr. Egg, what happened? And now FlyingTuna ready to do some robbery. He sees that vulnerable pocket and he's gonna take his money. Is it possible? Will we see, quite possibly, the pickpocket of a lifetime? mrekk, what will he do?
All he can do is just hold on for the rest of this map, maintain his combo, and there it is! Tuna misses!
Oh.
That's the opening mrekk needed. He's back in this, and he's clawing that score back. Tuna was 13,000 points away from taking the lead, but no, not today. mrekk is here to claw it back slowly. 40,000 lead for Tuna now, and going down. mrekk, if he can continue to hold this combo, it will be enough to force the 5th and final set. But he can't find a miss. Tuna misses again, and that's what mrekk needed. 45 seconds left, and I think mrekk has likely done enough here.
He knows mrekk knows the score is open. But before that, it was a battle of mental. mrekk might have thought he blew it, but FlyingTuna thought the same. And now that the curtain was unveiled, there is no more secrets, ladies and gentlemen. The score will claw back towards the side of mrekk. That might have been one hell of a twist, a double twist even. FlyingTuna finding a miss in the early part of the second Kiai. What a gut-wrenching miss from both players though. It could have swung both ways, but mrekk somehow, some way solidify. And we are going to our fifth set.
Fifth set. I'm so glad we get to see it. I haven't got to cast one yet this tournament. This is gonna be super dope. But I mean, mrekk more consistent in the second half. What else can you say? Ended up winning the set by over 100,000 points fairly convincingly in the ending. But it was looking like it was really gonna go the way of Tuna for a moment there. But the plot twist came up. The script writers put that one right smack bang in the middle and put on a show for us here as we force the fifth set. And well, every map's gonna get picked, Blank Tap, that is available. 4 bans out of the pool. Protects are picked already. Every other map forced to be picked here in this final set. So we're gonna be seeing No Mod 4 and we're gonna be seeing Hidden 1. And then of course, we're gonna be seeing the OG map slot, replacing that sort of tiebreaker map slot, I guess.
Yeah, and now FlyingTuna. I think he's gonna go for No Mod 4, mrekk, Hidden 1, you know, like it's theoretical at this point.
Should be.
Yeah. This is a solved game. It's like chess. But other than that, though, well, what's like the prediction here? What do you think, Mavs? What's like the which player's gonna get the lead going to the OG?
Well, I mean, if I'm just to speak purely on paper, like Tuna, I think with how both players are playing today, I see Tuna winning the No Mod 4. With this Hidden 1, I think it's a bit more coin flippy. I'm not too sure who'll take the lead on this, so I think if mrekk can manage to get a decent lead on here, on paper, it should give him a little bit of a cushion against Tuna on that No Mod 4. I think it could be very close going into the OG pick. I think it's going to be within like a 30,000 score difference going into the OG map. That's my prediction.
Very fair. That is absolutely fair. However, you know, I still believe in the dream of a tight set someday. Or rather, you know, it's improbable, but boy, I will sell everything I have to see that happen live.
It happens today.
It happens today. Yeah.
It happens today.
But for now, though, this map disgustingly awkward, and oh boy, lots and lots of those questionable misses is definitely going to be seen in this one. Accuracy might be the name of the game. I think combo is like kind of unfeasible to hold consistently.
Yeah, I mean the OD 9.5 on a AR 9.2 hidden aim map like this, fairly steep on the accuracy requirement. I mean, we're gonna see act drops for sure. Just slight miss times, just because of that approach rate as well. Definitely doesn't make it a walk in the park to act. But both players kind of handling it all right so far, but you can see the hundreds randomly popping up on the board.
First guy still looking really nice. The linear's coming in. mrekk finds the first miss on bottom left. FlyingTuna the second. It's still a 50-50 difference on the score, but mrekk finds a later miss.
Yeah, there's the trade. Come through, evening the playing field, and accuracy is almost matching too. This tiny lead from Tuna is being accumulated from a 50 combo lead and that 0.3% accuracy. That could change at the snap of a finger, as we're only a third of the way through this map. Like Tap, we've got another 3.5 minutes in store here, and anything can happen in that time. We're basically neck and neck.
A tiebreaker length awkward jump map where holding combo is basically nearly impossible under pressure. Oh yeah, it's gaming time, that's for sure. FlyingTuna having the combo lead, but look at that accuracy right now, Mavs. Very much the difference maker, still keeping it in balance for mrekk, but he probably needs more of that cushion coming into No Mod 4 later. Going to the second KI section now, it's not gonna get any friendlier. FlyingTuna will be the first one to get kicked out of the combo club, and now Mr. Egg is still looking really good. 2 minutes and 22 seconds in, and he's comboing the second KI, Maps.
Oh man, these patterns look just disgustingly brutal. But mrekk hits all of them in this second Ki so far. Tuna with 2 misses and an accuracy drop earlier on in the map. Gives mrekk an ac lead, gives mrekk the significant combo lead, and this cushion is starting to build. mrekk barely hitting that bottom right corner, but manages to hold. He's hitting all of this, man. This is no joke, this map. On an AR 9.2 hidden, this is brutal. But he continues to go, slaughtering on this one. Over a 50k lead now, and this is what he needed going into the No Mod 4.
Absolutely. I mean, we were hypothesizing that this hidden one was basically a 50-50 pick. But it turns out the game was rigged from the start. mrekk has toiled with the chance, and he is bringing it to his favor. 67k. And he's still looking real good into the slow part. This is looking to be a very comfortable cushion coming into No Mod 4 soon enough. But there's still 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. The white jumps once again. Man. The third Ki section. The man is doing splits after splits, hitting acrobatics never seen before. Flying through the air. Soaring through the sky. Tuna may have reached the clouds, but mrekk is reaching for the moon, finally finding the miss. But 80k difference, there's the trade, Max.
There's the trade from Tuna. mrekk barely missing that anti-aim pattern on the bottom of his screen. And man, am I crazy to say this is probably one of the harder maps in the pool? Because this is this map is kind of ridiculously awkward to play. Some of these aim patterns being cross-screen is just criminal. But both players handling it honestly impressively well. mrekk especially doing extraordinary on this map. And I mean, we're gonna be moving. Oh, that was weird from mrekk. Missed 2 notes. Yeah, misaimed and then tapped 2 notes off the note. But yeah, 100k cushion is nice moving into this No Mod 4. If you're hoping for a close match now, you want Tuna to win the No Mod 4, and then we move into the OG map. But we'll see how it actually pans out, because mrekk seems to have woken up. And you know what can happen when mrekk wakes up?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Prepare the bacon and eggs. The man has awoken. FlyingTuna, however, an honest man, working his 9 to 5, trying to do what he can, but mrekk, you know, he's the mafia boss, the underworld criminal, and this score is just another one of his crimes. 100k lead going into the last pickable map.
Yeah, the last pickable map. And remember, everybody, that this No Mod 4 isn't going to be the last map. Of course, we have the OG map following it up, which is replacing sort of that tiebreaker slot. So it's not over here, even if Tuna doesn't come out of this No Mod 4 in the lead. We're still going to have another map played after this one. But it's on Tuna's shoulders now to try and claw this 100k back just a little bit. Even if he can turn it into 60k, that's looking a lot more doable for the remaining map afterwards. But if mrekk is to win this, it's not going to be looking too good for Tuna.
Oh my goodness! And again, you know, like it's Nooch. I love his map. I cannot play it, but you know, his map, it's something very fun. It makes me feel like I'm the LeBron James of the OSU game. Definitely when I use relax, but who knows? Let's get right into the map. It's FlyingTuna pick to go with it before we go into our grand show of the day. The OG. For now though, he needs to find an equalizing point.
Something worth mentioning, I don't think we've really talked about yet either, is possibly morale, like going to the ending of this match. mrekk's on reverse sweep pace here. FlyingTuna was up 2-0, had the momentum. mrekk just put a halt to all of it. He said, no, I'm not going out of the tournament this easily, and he's pulled back 2 sets back to back and is looking like he wants a reverse sweep. So the confidence, the drive, the momentum in mrekk's favor moving into the ending of this match, and we'll see if that plays a part here as we approach the first difficulty spike. And you're hoping for Tuna to put up a nice score here if you want to see a close match. Here we go, blank tap into the first diff spike, into the Ki. And both players looking comfortable Nice accuracies on the board, and no one faltering early on in the chorus, hitting all of these high velocity sliders and hitting them with phenomenal accuracy as well. It's close.
Close it will be, but FlyingTuna needs more than just that. This is going to be a Herculean task for him. And mrekk, definitely the Goliath in this battle with his initial lead. Both of them hitting it beautifully, the cut stream catching no one off guard. But there is a lot more when it will come from. 870 combos still climbing up, the sliders coming in as well, the jumps, and now going to a bit more of a flowy section. Cut streams all across the board, 99 and 98 for the board of our player, still looking good. But this map is not too long and it's not too short. Consistency will still be needed, and both of these players still looking really good. Everyone's still trying to hold on, and it's still 5k difference. FlyingTuna still chopping and chopping and chopping, trying to do what he can, but mrekk stands tall like a concrete wall. He is not cracking down just yet, trying to gain what he can, minimize the damage, softening the blow, and the blow is so soft right now, it may as well be melted butter. And FlyingTuna, however, still trying to push back, maps.
Both of these players hitting those cuts like chefs in the kitchen. It's just absolute cinema from both of them on this map. How are they continuing to FC? 1 minute remaining and neither of them want to falter even the slightest bit. This is ridiculous performance from both of them. What on earth are we witnessing? This is ridiculous,
This
man.
is absolutely insanity. This is nothing short of a double rainbow. What are they doing? Ladies and gentlemen, call the ambulance because FlyingTuna has just missed. mrekk, 1,700. Come on, is he actually going to get the momentum, the win? It's on his side. He's sailing across the 7 seas. He's still going.
Christopher Columbus sailing across the 7 seas here. mrekk is looking to close out this map in style and go into the OG with almost a 200,000 score lead. mrekk looking to close it out in the ending, gonna get the FC. There it is. Unreal. Unreal from both of them. Just that's crazy stuff on that final normal pick of the match. Before we get into the OG, that was unbelievable.
Ay caramba. Well, yeah, OG time, ladies and gentlemen. Our custom everything, literally custom map, custom song, custom background. It's custom song, right, maps?
I don't recall.
Alright, I don't recall as well. So what's comfort is custom map and custom background. Woo, yippee! Alright, this is the OG, ladies and gentlemen, and mrekk has such a nice cushion, 186k. The biggest in this match was 200k, no, Max?
It is an Osu original, yes. Osu original custom map.
Okay.
Yeah, in this second round of Lazer Grand Arena. And I mean, like, let's just be honest, BlankTap, this is a crazy hill to climb for Tuna, man. 186k on the OG map slot. It's gonna be tough. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but Tuna's gonna have to do something ballistic here.
Oh man, yeah. Gotta rip every single tactics out of the playbook to make something happen, that's for sure. Usually, you know, on tiebreakers or your standard tiebreakers, yeah, it's a screw it, we ball moment. But now, with all of this pressure, with everyone's watching, and especially when you're down 186k, going to the debatably hardest map in the pool, man, it adds up. It adds up, that's for sure.
It does. It adds up. And it will matter significantly here for mrekk. I mean, like, Tuna's either going to have to just pretty much FC this if we get an expected result from mrekk, or mrekk's going to have to fumble pretty hard. So, I mean, like, if we get the expected result from mrekk on something like this on paper, yeah, you're going to want a crazy performance here out of Tuna. But here we go. Osu original here, custom map for the second round of Lazer Grand Arena 2025. And we're seeing it in the lower bracket elimination match, BlankTap. Loser goes home. And neither of these players want to see out of the tournament, but Tuna is here to try and hold his spot as he moves into this final map with 186,000 score deficit. If anyone just tuning in is unaware of what needs to happen for Tuna to win, he needs to win this map by 186,000 score or more to bring home the victory.
Yeah, and that is not an easy feat, that's for sure. In a world where second chances are given, there is no third. FlyingTuna on his last leg. 420 combos still finding out for the both of them. Some strings here and there, but the main portion of the meal has yet to be served. Both players anticipating for what they'll have to face. Nonetheless, score increasing and combo staying.
And we're almost halfway through the map already, Blank Tap. Of course, in the OG1 slot, it's not always guaranteed to be your expected tiebreaker length. This map isn't always going to be 5 minutes long. This one, only 3 minutes. So it's already looking really tough here for Tuna. We're going to need to see a miss out of mrekk probably in the next 10 to 15 seconds, honestly, if you want hope. And Tuna, he's going to have to get close to an FC at this point. Here we go, moving into the next KI. Anything can happen, and there it is, the miss from mrekk. Hold on a second. Tuna, oh no, he goes down. Oh, dreams shattered there for Tuna. It would have been complete cinema if it happened though.
Absolutely a bit of a heartbreaker here in the OG. Last 50 seconds, there's just nothing much that can really be done. You can't squeeze water out of stone, and you cannot squeeze 186k lead after that break. A very well done play coming from him, and with only 30 seconds remaining, despite starting off with a 2-0 set lead, mrekk somehow, someway crawled his way out of the cemetery and into FlyingTuna's domicile, and he is absolutely back in action.
mrekk is back in action. Goes down 0-2 to FlyingTuna in the start of this match. It was looking written off, I'll be honest. It was looking like Tuna had this in the bag, but mrekk pulls through the reverse sweep and ends up winning in the 5th and final set. And yeah, I mean, it would have had to be, what, like a 99+% FC from Tuna there for it to be enough. It would have had to be been a ridiculous performance from him, but still both players doing very well on the map regardless, and mrekk is going to be your victor for today. Unexpected halfway through that match, I won't lie. It was looking over, but mrekk pulls out the reverse sweep, sends Tuna home, sends Tuna packing, and we'll move on in the lower bracket here, Blank Tap.
Yeah, absolutely, and funnily enough, I think he's gonna play again now in about an hour, it seems.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it is against the secret box in the finals. Oh boy, 12 UTC today.
Yep.
Probably that time. Hopefully it's not changed, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, any closing remarks from you, Muffs?
Yeah, well, I mean, up the Aussies. mrekk takes it home. Love to see that. No bias here at all. But no, that was a fantastic match from both players. Jokes aside, Tuna played phenomenally well. How do you go into a matchup against a player like mrekk? I feel like mrekk just kind of has this aura when you verse him. That's gonna get to his head now. Don't get an ego, mrekk. I feel like he kind of has an aura. He has this aura when you verse him, and I feel like it's just a bit of a debuff. But you know, Tuna almost 3-0'd him. He was damn close to doing it. So props to him, commiserations to Tuna for going out of this tournament, and congratulations to mrekk again. And yeah, we'll be back in 1 hour for Secret Box versus mrekk, Aussie versus Aussie, which should be a great match as well. Box has been popping off this tourney, so yeah, stick around for that one.
Yeah, and of course, oh boy, yeah, that's a really nice matchup, definitely. So, as I've said, stick around. I've been Blanked Up, and my boss Mouse. That has been the match. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Take care.
「答えを背負ってほしい」 So once again, we find ourselves back in the arena, but now merely 4 remain, and only 1 can go through. Welcome back to the Lazer Grand Arena. My name is Dimash. Joining me for this epic showdown of Australian might is the one, the only, it's Doomsday.
Going on, Dimash. What's up, mate? What's up? Glad to be back on for, I guess, the final part of the Australian Civil War we've had going on these last couple of weekends. The Aussies have been out in force this tournament, but these are the last 2 we have. It's mrekk against Secretbox. 2 players who have played so well this tournament. Possibly mrekk has definitely been showing off the sight reads a little bit, but now at this point he's played the pool 3 matches already. This is the 4th match this weekend for both of them. So they are well versed on this pool now, so no more sight reads here. It's just going all out here to see who is the best Aussie in this tournament. A Secretbox won't give that up so easily though. This guy has been on an absolute warpath this tournament. Seriously, Secretbox is on fire at the moment.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, if you just look at how his bracket has gone, I mean, this lower bracket run has been insane. He had the unfortunate first round matchup against Tuna, but now that obstacle has been removed from his path as mrekk took him down a couple of hours ago. It was a brutal battle, but now we have a very much Aussie versus Aussie showdown to basically see who is going to join the top 3.
Yep, it's the winner of this. In this losers bracket matchup, we'll be facing off whoever drops down in that winners bracket final, which will be played next week, by the way, between Malashevsky and Xylis. Whoever drops out of that will be facing the winner of this one next week, meaning this is actually the last matchup of the weekend, I suppose. Because I guess with the way the scheduling's been, I figure it's better to play the losers bracket final and grand final next week. But hey, it's a banger to wrap up the weekend, I suppose, between these 2. Bans coming in thick and fast. I don't think they're too surprising, apart from maybe Mythologia's End being banned by mrekk is a surprise, but he's banned that consistently all weekend. He has not wanted to play that. Banned it every single match he's been in.
Yeah, it's interesting as well because when Secretbox was up against AKNZX, he also banned that DT2, so it seems to be a weird skill set that none of them particularly want to lean into. But that hidden 2 as well, both of Secretbox understandably did want to protect that against AKNZX, but couldn't do so here. It was mrekk's first ban, so definitely not here. And mrekk going straight in with the protect on the Hard Rock 1 here.
Yeah, right out of the gate in with the strongest map. He's done that quite a bit. Opening up with his best map. Hard Rock 1, pure aim, basically. The no mod 1 in this pool being basically a tiebreaker. This is the closest thing to I guess a traditional no mod 1. It's worked pretty well for him so far, but we were chatting just before this match kicked off. The Hard Rock pool has been a great source of work for a Secretbox. He's big competitive on all of them, and on paper he should be good on all these maps. But probably the raw aim map is going to be mrekk's best shot in this Hard Rock pool, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think it's going to be a particular favourite place to be for mrekk. Anything that he can kind of bank on his picks. But again, Secretbox is still going to be very dangerous at it. You see it here, very good accuracy. Trailing on the combo, but that's okay because the accuracy is still going to keep him very, very competitive in this matchup. Especially with a break coming in from mrekk there. He's going to start to lose ground here.
Yeah, dropping a bit on the ACK as well. He's going to start to bring that back in a little bit. With it being his protect, the idea is this needs to be a big stake in the ground to make Secretbox catch up on his own pick. The last thing you'd want is for it to not go your way or not go your way that much. At the moment though, that break there from mrekk means like it's going to be pretty even still. But man, he's going to be hoping for a bit more than this come the end, you'd think.
Yeah, you want a clear margin on this, but clearly the combo is not paying suit for him as the accuracy is leaving him in the dust a little bit from Secretbox, but Like I said, still a lot of time. It's well over 2 minutes left of this map remaining. A lot of time to build up a good chunk of combo. But at the moment, it's even Stevens from both the players. Really good showing, but there comes a miss from Secretbox.
It's like, I guess on the consistency side, it's very even. Both players are basically on the same level. mrekk finally going to get a little bit of an advantage. Can he hold on to that much longer, though? We're halfway. Still a good amount of map to go. But now maybe he can lock his aim in and make use of his protect. Next Ki here, the bigger spacing, and he drops a miss there. He won't be getting very far still.
Yeah, so it's going to be a real trade up here. You're going to see Secretbox start to pull back. Gain some ground, and that's what it's all about, really. Score margin is so hard to chase, so the closer you can keep it to the line, the better a shot you've got towards the end. There's no massive scaling jumps, but there's a miss again from Secretbox. So mrekk once again gaining ground. He's got accuracy advantage now as well.
Another chance, another bite at the cherry, I suppose, for mrekk. He knows he's got a little bit of an advantage. He can hopefully at least try and lock out a little bit come the end of this. On these hard rock picks, Secretbox is always going to be dangerous. This might be the best one for mrekk, but even so, Box is not letting him get very far. But now, maybe mrekk can work with this. 35k and rising now. There's the break, never mind. Still an advantage though.
Yeah, a couple more misses coming in for Secretbox. It's not going to allow him to gain any ground. It's only 30k, but time is running out. He really needed to be pulling the score back as to this point. I don't think he's going to make it up towards the end unless we have a complete fall apart from mrekk, which just isn't like him. It's not what he's known for, so I think we can say with certainty mrekk's got this by a good 30k margin.
In the end, he does take a bit of an advantage on his protect. It ain't much though. It ain't much, but it's honest work. 30k for mrekk on his first pick. Secretbox to respond with his own pick now. 2 great scores on this, both players getting nearly 99%. The 10 miss from Secretbox, the 7 miss of mrekk. I think Secretbox will be the happier of the two here, though, with that advantage.
The question is, how much of a score difference will Secretbox be able to put up on his next map? Because that's what it all matters to. You know, is he going to use his protect on this early stage? He's not. He's going to keep things consistent with the hard rock.
I'm going to stick with the red mod. Why not? Sparks are mentioned. It's a TWC original, but of course mapped in standard here by Nick, one of our customs. Really cool song here, and a really cool precision map. Precision is something that Secretbox can work with very well, mostly on the aim side and flow aim side for this one. Lots of low BPM streams all over this one.
Yeah, there's a great mix here of different flow and precision aim built into the map. It alternates between the two at times as well. You see that a lot, especially with some of these sliders. Got to track them really accurately to avoid accuracy drops, and I think that's what Secretbox is hopefully banking on from mrekk here. But let's see. At the moment, he's got a good score margin. It's not going to be enough. Remember, 30,000 points is the score margin that he needs to overcome to take this set. Will mrekk allow him? It's a very close battle at the moment, but he did have accuracy lead. He's now dropped it because the combo game from mrekk is too strong right now, but he is relying on it quite a bit. His accuracy down at 97.
That's high enough. Certainly, there's a few breaks here come out from Box now. mrekk with a major combo advantage halfway through this map. It's not very long. Looking good now for mrekk if he can steal this one away. 98 on both sides, though. He's do so rock solid on the hard rock style, of course. mrekk making it work on some of Box's strongest maps, you'd think.
That's absolutely crazy. Just look at that consistency from mrekk. He's not winning in the accuracy department, but it doesn't matter because his combo's so strong. Not having that break, doing major work, and another break for Secretbox is probably going to put that final nail in the coffin. You're talking 30 seconds, and look, mrekk's scoreboard, it's not stopping whatsoever. He's going for the FC on this.
Mate, this one's over. Can he look at this full combo, though? 98% still holding on to the act nicely. A bit more on this flow aim. This ending is definitely the hardest part of the map. He does get the break. It's still a crazy player, though, here from mrekk. He's not messing around here. It's first blood to mrekk on a big map for Secret Box with a big performance to boot. That's brilliant.
That is incredible. That is a hell of a performance from mrekk there. Just 2 misses compared to Secret Box's 5. Did massive work. I mean, you can tell he started to focus so much more on the combo towards the latter half of that map because he just knew he had it. He had so much of an advantage over Secret Box that it was just going to be a one-sided affair, and that's going to give mrekk the first set here.
A 700k from Secret Box is definitely solid. That's kind of in line with some of the scores we've seen on the top end on this map. 900k is way above the average. I think that might be the highest score we've seen on that, so just a great performance from mrekk. First pick from Secret Box is No Mod 2. It's Mazarin stream time. Time to lock in. 200 BPM, raw stamina. Hell.
We've seen this map a number of times, haven't we, Doomsday, over the years? This is a beast and a half. Pure 200 BPM stamina streams. This is a map from a former OWC all the way back in 2020 in the Grand Finals. Gives you an idea of just how tricky this map is. This is top level stamina and stream aim.
That was damn hard when it appeared there too.
Yeah.
Still hard now.
Yeah, returns to the grand final stage, and that early slip up from mrekk and another one. And of course you don't have note lock, so streams are a lot nicer, but it doesn't matter when you just combo through the whole thing like Secret Box is doing right now. He's just going, yeah, it's easy, mate. Don't worry about it.
Only 200, come on. I mean, this map with the flow aim style, though, even if you are locked in on that 200, the constant like velocity changes and sharp corners can really throw you off. And we've noticed a few players have actually commented about the, I guess, the leniency of the note lock kind of helping them keep on track on flow aim. And the absence of that actually being kind of weird for them, which is really interesting. I don't notice that myself, but certainly mrekk has mentioned it, and it's definitely finding some inconsistencies on the flow aim side. I wonder if that's a laser difference.
Yeah, there is a big adjustment to how you approach streamers in general. You know, especially someone as well versed in tournaments as mrekk. You know, with note lock, you tend to over tap to try and compensate for note lock, but when it's not there, you do find that it feels weird to just tap normally and focus entirely on the streams. But there, it's finally Secret Box going down. But his accuracy is so much higher than mrekk. He's really struggling to keep things consistent here.
Well, he managed to find the consistency on that spaced stream section. One of the big spacing spikes in this map. There's another one near the end as well. But that one was clean from mrekk, and he can try and claw this score difference back his side. The accuracy, though, is going to make it trickier for him, but he can still combo game this if he can hold on.
Yeah, it's going to be a steeper climb up that mountain, but it is a long way to the top of Everest here. As mrekk starts to pull score back, he's in the 60k region. Secret Box looking really strong on this, accuracy holding true, and you just know that if another break for mrekk comes in, he's going to be in real dire straits because Secret Box will just storm forward. He did have 100k score difference, which would have been really nice going into mrekk's next pick, but if he can hold something, but he can't, he drops again.
Space Burst caught him out real good. Now we're looking at 1500 combo for mrekk. It is mrekk time. Time to lock in on the tapping. And his accuracy, he's still dropping a little bit here and there, but it's good enough. And the big drops there from Secret Box, setting him back. He's lost the score lead now. mrekk has clawed it all the way back. Spaced ending coming here, and now it's his turn to try and make something work.
the greater the score margin, the more pressure is going to be on Secret Box. I mean, he is facing potential loss on this set, but it wasn't his Protect, so I suppose there's that to consider as well. Wasn't his bread and butter strongest map. It was a hell of an effort in the first half of the map, but he's just begun to fall apart and continuing to do so. mrekk finally drops that massive combo, but at 85k, the damage is beyond enough for a breakpoint. Well, not that they exist just yet, but...
All the stack. No problems at all there. What a comeback there from mrekk. A great score in the end. Nearly 2k combo. 5 miss on that. Christ. But it's a great run again from Secret Box, though. What a run on the first half of this. But as you mentioned, he just found the inconsistencies, dropped off a few patterns at the end, and his advantage went poof. Now it's his turn to try and make something happen on mrekk's pick.
Yeah, I was looking at the distribution graph of the notes tapped, and you could see a much tighter overall for Secret Box compared to mrekk. mrekk's tapping distribution was much further, so he was a lot more delay between each tapping. But once Secret Box started to lose it, he just tried tapping really early, and he was tapping everything, and that's what was dropping his accuracy towards the end, and it just allowed mrekk to whitewash him in score.
Yeah, mrekk just scaling into that one, just keeping it cool. I guess Secret Box was trying to just adjust himself a little bit, and it didn't work. That's just how it goes sometimes. It's not a massive difference either way. It's still solid work, and it's no mod 4 next, which is something that mrekk shredded against FlyingTuna a couple hours ago. Secret Box has played this map every single matchup. He's well versed in this, posted some solid 750k-ish scores around about. He's going to need a really good run here. But mrekk's average is kind of similar. So, to be honest, on paper, should be quite close to this.
Yeah, and it comes so heavily down to the individual play. It's trying not to drop too much accuracy that I think players tend to struggle with a lot, because they try and overthink it, and they're thinking, I need to have so much combo going into this, but really the accuracy just plays such a pivotal role that just trying to avoid losing that is it's going to be critical here to separate these two, I think.
That'll be a boon for Box though, because his accuracy has been his strongest point in this tournament. His AC plays on some of these maps have been crazy, and if he can hold that, then he's always going to have a shot. We'll see if mrekk can do some magic again on this one. He'd have to high roll to do it, you'd think. Secret Box looking to try and chase on this tech map. Very all-around sort of no mod 4 tech stylings, high SVs, complex burst stream patterns, all the trimmings you'd expect in tech.
Yeah, and that early drop, the sort of build-up section of this map, really not going to help Secret Box in terms of the score gap, but plenty of time to chase, plenty of time for mrekk to make a mistake, and there it is, on cue, you could say. Now Secret Box.
Pull that one out of thin air, mate. That's on you.
A different beast this weekend, what can I say? But yeah, Secret Box looking to really re-establish a massive combo lead here. If he can take it to the break section of this map, which won't be too far away, absolutely pivotal for getting that score back. Remember, 76,000 score in mrekk's favor. He's got to claw that back. He's going to be stopped with that combo break.
Into the streams, the wiggly streams. mrekk with the combo, clawing this back. Another break there from Box, setting it back further. Advantage now back on the side of the world number 1.
Looking good. He's approaching the slow section. Doesn't get caught out by the wiggles, but we're not there just yet. Got these very intense high SV sections of the map to go. Gets a couple of hundreds, but doesn't break. And it's a Secret Box who goes instead. Look at this from mrekk. He's doing it all. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that section is probably the hardest part of the map in my opinion, and no problems at all here for mrekk. 1k combo. He's just going to steamroll her ahead again. Box found a few breaks through that section, understandably so. His accuracy, though, impeccable. 98.7 from Box is out of this world, but it's just not enough when your opponent is just not been missing anything.
Now that one was on you. Yeah, that was on you.
Okay.
I ain't taking credit for that one.
My bad. My bad.
But 60k in the lead. We're down to the last 30 seconds of the map here, and you can already just see Secretbox trying to pull back score. A couple of misses coming in, but remember, it's 70k in favor. Secretbox needs to be way further along than this. It won't even matter if he takes the point on this one, because his score margin won't be enough to outdo mrekk, who's done incredibly well, again on a recovery combo. An early break in the match. Look at the damage it's done.
The damage was done. It is going to be a map win, though, for Box. A great comeback on this one, but it's not enough. The set difference is in favor of mrekk, and that's going to make it 2-0 in the sets for him. Again, a very close one on that map, though, but not quite enough here for Box to claw the difference back. Great run, though, from Box. It has to be said, 99%. The miscount, very low. Insane stuff. The accuracy has been such a strong point for Box all tournament long. It didn't save him here, though.
Yeah, now he's in a difficult situation because mrekk going to be picking first into set number 3. And from there, we kind of have to wonder whether Secretbox is going to risk that hidden pick. Well, it depends how the first map goes. You know, is he going to be ahead? Is he going to be behind? I mean, I would expect him to pick into hidden 1 on his next rotation on that pick, but I'm not going to be picking something else to try and solidify that. There's just the DT3. He could also go into Hard Rock 3, but he's not. He's going to be banking on Nomad 3 instead.
mrekk picking the low AR in current year. I mean, I guess Box, I think I can see it. I don't think Secretbox is much of a low approach rate player. I don't think he's going to be too confident on this one, but we'll see. I don't think he's played this map yet in any of his matches. This will be the first time Box has seen this in match. mrekk's played it a couple times already. Posted a nice 600k last time, which is pretty good for this, considering this map is nearly CS7 and almost AR7. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got that control element as well that you'd see across the Hard Rock maps, particularly in the precision styling. So it is a very sort of repetitive style, but like you said, just it's very, very dense. Very dense map. A lot of notes on the screen at the same time, and you're just tracking a lot. See what I mean?
Yeah, the rhythm is very deceptive, and the patterning is even more so. It's a spooky reading map, this. You haven't seen it very often. I'm not too surprised, but hey man, I'm chuffed to cast it. I haven't seen this one yet. Bless mrekk.
It's like we've gone back in time. I've seen these maps in like 2007, 2008 at this sort of circle size. You don't see this stuff very often in modern day mapping. I love it.
Decent starts, gotta say, from both of them. Accuracy a bit on the side of mrekk, but Secretbox is holding his own.
Yeah, he's put some practice runs into this, but like you said, not a super comfortable skill set. Accuracy really trailing behind for Secretbox, so he might be relying quite heavily on a bit of combo, but it's not coming to him just yet. mrekk settling into the rhythm of this map. Great work.
There's a little bit of ACK. Actually, I say it's a little bit. It's a lot of ACK now. Big ACK difference now, and that pretty much is the difference. 97 versus 94. That's a lot of score that Box doesn't have.
Trying to find something, trying to settle in, but mrekk got a really, really nice combo at this point and good accuracy to boot. It's already 80k score lead advantage. Superbot's going to be wanting a miss from mrekk coming very, very soon, but it isn't going to happen. It's going to catch him out instead. mrekk pushing 100k here. This is not good for Secretbox at all.
He was holding on well in the first half, but now he's starting to struggle. And mrekk approaching 500 combo. He is set up and ready to go now. 120k and rising in advantage. It is looking real peachy here for mrekk. This man's low AR, man. When he puts his mind to it, he's just that good. It doesn't even matter if it's a weird gimmick. He can just make it work. 600k. He's beating his old score. Can he hit 700k? Is there enough notes on the map to do it?
He's going to push for it. 2 seconds. Yes.
Oh,
nearly drops it with the miss at the end there, though.
Yeah, that was sketchy. But he does get the 700k. That's a great score for this. From what we've seen, that's a high roll. That's a nice run here from mrekk. And he's in pole position now for top 3. At least. Secretbox, though, he's got his protect. He's got the pick. What's he got in his locker here? What has he got for us?
You bank on it being hidden 1, maybe. Maybe he goes into hidden 2. Again, that's more reading. I think mrekk is going to be able to play that.
I mean, it's possible that hidden 1 could just be a third ban, considering he hasn't played that map yet. It may be a case if he's just used it as a third ban, to be honest with you. Looking at it, because he's going DT3, and I think, to be honest, this one fits his bill a bit better than that hidden 1 does. He's picked this a lot, but so has mrekk. Both these players like this one a lot.
Secretbot's mentioning in the chat there, double FC. We both know that they're capable of performing at that level. But again, if mrekk does find that break, Secretbox has the potential to pull back a lot of score on this. Remember, we're not using a complete 1.5 times full DT modifier. It's down to 1.35. It's still fast enough. More than fast enough for these two.
It is. This map's more about the control, though, but it has that high approach rate. An awkward style, meaning it actually does push your high AR reading. But with the 2 players in the lobby, I think they'll be able to handle it just fine. They've already posted great scores on this one already. But how did they do today? Secretbox needs something special to claw back nearly 200k of difference on a map that mrekk is also quite comfortable on.
I think he's probably banking on a one-time miss affair from mrekk on this one. But will mrekk let him? He's not an FC so far in this matchup, so he's going to be chasing one if I know mrekk. This is his best chance to do it right here and right now and shut the box down for good.
Gonna come down to mrekk missing. mrekk simply has to miss. If mrekk doesn't miss, there is absolutely no chance, obviously. Will he find a slip somewhere? We're banking on him missing on DT, this is the problem.
Wow, this is nuts.
Yeah, it
2
is
minutes
nuts.
into the map, and they're both on the same accuracy. Are you kidding me? What am I looking at?
This is a crazy staring contest, but it's only going to benefit mrekk. Box is holding up his part of the deal, though, with a plum. But the brutal thing is, it's not going to matter at the moment, because mrekk is still full comboing. And the break from Box! That's gotta be it! It's gotta be over now! That is GG. mrekk still hasn't missed yet.
Looking to show us why he is the #1. We have got 30 seconds to go. Count it down with me. Can mrekk take it all the way? He wants this FC so badly. finish off strong, son. He's going all the way. Down to the last 10 seconds. Final patterns, the only thing going to stop him now.
Huge. What a full combo. What a score from mrekk. What an effort from Secretbox. He's got 900k. He's got the one miss with 99%, but it's just not going to matter when you are against a player like mrekk, who chose violence today. It's mrekk in the top 3. At least he's in the winners bracket final to be played next week. He awaits the result of Malashevsky and Xylus to find out his opponent. But mrekk top 3, that just feels right.
Yeah, it's hard to put anyone else there, really. You know, Secretbox, a fantastic player and has had an amazing run in LGA this year, but unfortunately, you're up against seed number 2 in this tournament and the world number 1 in terms of the PP rankings, and potentially one of the best players of all time. It's always a tough road to climb. But Secretbox, you've had some great scores there to be proud of. There are really no bad scores there, in my eyes.
No, it was a great effort from Box here to try and make something work. We did see a couple Hard Rock picks, and I figured out coming into this that would be a strong point for Box. We never saw Hard Rock 3, but certainly some nice runs on there. Not much you can do though when you've got mrekk full comboing that precision Hard Rock near enough, or not quite FCing it, but nearly FCing it. 930k, not much you can do against that. He did steal one of the map wins, but ultimately mrekk just turned up today and just posted great scores on everything. Crazy score average this matchup. And Box, you gotta hand it to him. He's had a brilliant tournament. He has looked so good this tournament. He can take that forward into the rest of the year. I cannot wait to see what he brings at the end of the year in the World Cup for Australia. Because on his trajectory, he's going places, man. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Great to cast you, mate.
So we are down to 3. mrekk has booked his place into the grand finals alongside Malashevsky and Xylus. What a crazy story this has turned out to be. I have been Damash. Joining me for that amazing matchup was the ever so wonderful Doomsday. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to do this alongside with you. And thank you all for joining us. It has been a great matchup. We will be back next week with the final matches of LGA. Who is going to come out on top? Stay tuned to find out.
We shall see you all next week for more LGA. I believe at the moment that matchup is scheduled for 13 UTC on Saturday between Malashevsky and Xylus. So I suppose we'll see you there. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon.